Welcome. In front of me I have the POCO M8 Pro, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this phone. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now make sure you do it from the top right side as far as I can tell, right? Yep. So if you do it from the left side, you get notifications, right? You get the toggles. Now here between the toggles, we're looking for screen recorder toggle. Unfortunately, they are not labeled by default. So you're just looking for an icon that will look like this. If you can't see it anywhere, you can actually click on the edit button. There we go. And this will show you all the toggles right here that have this green plus. Now these are the toggles that you can add. So assuming you can't find your screen recorder in this list above, you just find it here, click on the plus, and as you can see it gets added, and then you can click on the check mark. Another thing that you can do also, if you're interested, is if you scroll to the top, you have this show icon labels in control center. If you toggle this on, it will actually retain the labels for them in that list. Anyway, from here, okay, so once you have the toggle added, we're gonna find it in the list, and you can hold it first time around. And the reason for that is it will take you to the settings. Now in here we have some options that I would recommend changing. Resolution is already set to the highest one as far as I can tell, and it is, so you don't need to change that. Video quality is set to 16 megabits per second. Now depending on what the frame rate is, it might be low, so if you want, you can actually increase this. Now, as far as I would recommend increasing this is to max 32. Anything above that is just an absolute overkill. There's like 100. There's literally no reason for you to ever select that. It does make the image look sharper to some extent, but 16 already should be doing that pretty well. The only thing that you might notice is when there's a lot of motion, the image in motion might look a little bit blurry. Though again, 16 should already be kind of, I would say, in a point where you can't really tell the difference. Maybe if you're watching this on like a big screen, you can still see some weirdness happening where you have recording, and you've probably seen this. So as an example, in movies, the way this would look like, the effect, is when you have, for instance, dark scenes and you see, like, for instance, a dark shade somewhere where it's just uniformly same color, then you have like a visible almost line where it switches to a different color. That's kind of what you would experience here. Or another one is in video games or stuff like that, where there's a lot of motion and a lot of different things showing up. You will see just straight up like blocky areas, which are a bit more uniformed in color compared to the rest one. So this is also the way that the recording will try to preserve the megabits to basically fit into that 16. So if you ever see such a thing, these kind of artifacting looking things, you can change it to higher one, 2432. Anything above that, like I said, absolutely useless. And the reason you don't want to select it higher is because this actually defines how much storage per second it will be taking of that video recording. So right now we have 16 megabits every second. Now you can imagine that when you select it to 100, that's going to be taking like what, 7 times more space for the same kind of recording. And the only difference is it's going to be super like clear and try to be as high quality as it possibly can. But there is a point where you won't see that difference between, for instance, 50 and 100. I don't think you're gonna see ever a difference, not at this resolution. So these are basically overkill. Select one of those. I'm gonna keep it at default, and I'm still gonna increase the frame rate, which, let's move on to that one. We have several options, 15, 24, which is selected by default, and contrary to what corporations wanted you to believe, it is not a cinematic experience. It's a dogshit experience, and you shouldn't really select that. So what I would recommend doing is selecting 30 or 60, preferably 60. This is going to be the best kind of option for virtually everything. And as you can also see, we have 90. Now this display right here runs up to 120. We don't have that option here, as you can see, so it's just 90 max. And it will get you this nice smooth motion clarity when you have actual motion on the recording. But the downside is you don't really get to use it in many places. You can view it on your phone, no problem, But for instance, if you're planning to record something on your phone, upload it to YouTube, and that 90 is gone. It's automatically going to get uploaded and converted to 60 anyway. So anything between from 60 to 90 basically gets reduced back down to 60. So it's just useless to you. And 60 for recording is basically what I would consider a sweet spot. It's fantastic for everything. It doesn't go over, and basically every platform that you'd want to use this footage on will support it. And also every monitor, because again, that's another limitation. If you're even copy this kind of footage to, for instance, your computer monitor or at work, and you try to view it, most computers at work don't have high refresh rate, so they're at 60, and again, you won't see anything above that. So 60, go to option. A couple additional things, and here will be things like orientation and sound source. Sound source, just select whichever one you want, non-microphone, system, or both. And for both, I would recommend using headphones, as it might create an unwanted echo effect where the mic would be picking up the speaker sound. So that's not something that you want to have. And in terms of the orientation, this option will be relatively important. By default, set to auto, so whatever you will start at, that's going to kind of be the, I believe, whatever it's going to stay in. But we're going to check it out. And we have some other options right here. Show touch, show button taps, and show touch gestures. So I think both of them will basically indicate where you are pressing something on your screen, considering this is not going to be visible on the recording where your finger was. So for this, it's going to create a semi-transparent gray dot to indicate where you are pressing it. Anyway, now I'm going to find the button, click on it. This brings up this overlay right here with a couple options. First one being the record button, folder, which takes us to the screen recordings only, but you can also view it through gallery. It's pretty nice application right here for viewing this, as it's neatly organized. We have the settings, which we already went to by holding the button, and we have the close. So let's start recording. As you can see here, we have our timer, how long we've been recording, and I can open up any kind of application right now, which I will do that by first turning on Wi-Fi, because I do want to showcase one of those, something that you might from time to time experience, and I do want to take a time to just completely shit on this because I hate it. So I do want to stress, I do not own Netflix account, nor have I ever agreed to terms of service or even paid for any of their subscriptions, nor did I install this application on the phone myself. Now with that out of the way, you can see we have content visible right here. I have several pages which you can swipe through, sign in, which I'm not signed in. And yeah, let's close this up. Let's also open up something that will be visible. And I do also want to open up something that is going to be in a landscape mode, like this. So you can see it automatically switches the position. Let's confirm. Anyway, that's good enough. It already did try to be in the landscape. So now we can interact with this overlay. Click on the stop. This will save your screen recording to your gallery application, so we will open that up right now, and you can see your screen recording right here, but you can also navigate to the albums tab, which is this one right here, and in here you will find one album, specifically this one called screenshots and screen recording. So it's cut out. I can see right here a little bit more. So when you click on it here, you will by default see only screenshots, but we do have a second tab, screen recordings. Click on it, and here you can find only screen recordings. Makes it super easy for locating whatever screen recording you'd be looking for. And is actually better, in my opinion, than the Photos application by Google. So here we can just play it. And what you're about to see is a feature of Android designed for your privacy and security. Now, unfortunately, what you're going to experience is that this is not done for your privacy and security, but more of the company or corporation that decided to have some kind of deal and have their application preloaded on your phone. So in a second, you're going to see nothing. There we go. That's the Netflix Open, the one where I was swiping through pages. So this is for your privacy and security, because of course it is. Do you feel safe and secure inside? Because I sure as shit don't. Because some bullshit ass application decided to do whatever it wants on my phone without even ever asking me for my permission, giving me any terms of service for this to even be happening. And I want to point it out because there's nothing that you can do about it. And by the way, you can see right here, it actually stays in whatever orientation you are recording, which is pretty nice considering this. Is it black bars? Oh no, never mind. So it is kind of crappy. So here is the orientation that will have a massive kind of impact. So the moment I opened up an landscape video or content like this one, what is happening right now? This is, if I flip it over, this shouldn't actually change. Actually, it should look even worse. So let's flip it, and there you go. So you can see the problem right now. When you start in a specific orientation, so for instance, I started in portrait, your video remains in portrait no matter what you open up. So if you open up a landscape, it doesn't automatically switch back to landscape and fills the entire screen. It stays in portrait and then gives you black bars on top and bottom. So you can see we basically have black bars right here and right here. And that's also why when we move it in portrait, it's filling up the entire screen with the blackness right here, but the image is only visible right here instead of throughout the entire width of the display. So just know that when you're starting to record something, either hard select orientation that you want it to be in, or just open up the application that you will want to record that will be in whatever orientation that it will be in, and then start recording when it's already open. This will basically prevent that from happening. So there we go. Now going back to that Netflix thing that you've seen there, it's a feature that is designed for your privacy and security. And to give you an example where that is being used as such is, for instance, in applications like bank apps. Bank apps basically try to protect your bank or money, more like. So if you ever had something like a virus, that malware that could see what kind of pins you're using in your bank application, obviously you could see how that would be a vulnerability to, well, your financial state. And this obviously feature would block any kind of malware from being able to see that bank application and whatever pins you're typing in. So you would be completely protected. And that's good. Now, for applications like Netflix or Spotify, this is just done because, God forbid, you were ever able to try to pirate something, which I find absolutely bullshit considering something like Spotify that does this too literally started up as a fucking piracy website, which they literally downloaded illegally all the media and started the application. So I find it hypocritical that a company like that has the balls to stop me from doing something when they literally came into business by doing this. So rules for thee, but not for me. And rules for thee can go fuck themselves, because I will just give you a better option. So for Netflix and Spotify, for Netflix specifically, you can use something like CloudStream. You can see it right here. And when you add a repository, for instance, I'm using the Sora Stream, which, just as a quick note, you can download this application from GitHub. And once you do, you'd go into the settings, or it's going to be kind of in the setup, and go into extensions, and in here add a repository, and you would add a mega repo, and I think it's a mega.repo or something like that. And once you do, you end up with one of these. So we have Hexated. You can click on it, and in here you're gonna find the Sora Stream. When you do, you can go back in here and select from the repositories the Sora Stream, and voila, you have perfect layout right here of all the different streaming platforms, including Netflix. Go screw yourself, Netflix, for free basically. Might not work perfectly, but hey, it beats paying for it, and also doesn't dedicate how you can use your device, so you can record it. There is no problem with that. And for music and stuff like that, you can just check out Revanced, specifically YouTube Music, and that's basically gonna move you to YouTube Music, but again, free, no ads, playing background and all that jazz. So highly recommend doing that. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.